Hi, I'm Johnny John Liu. The 5 Prison Breaths is a guided meditation I have created to help you to experience and develop this state of mind called stillness, which will help you to be in the present moment. Now, why do we want to be in the present moment? Well, it is by being in the present moment that we can truly be happy. But this is easier said than done. Because our mind likes to dwell in the things that had happened in the past or will happen in the future. For a job interview, for example, you can start worrying about all the possibilities that can go wrong. And then after the job interview, you may start dwelling on all the things that had gone wrong. And like this, we can live our lives never truly being present, being in the moment, being happy. Now, when was the last time worrying about something had solved anything? This is unnecessary suffering. And it can affect our happiness very greatly. Now, the only way to be in the present moment is to address the wandering thoughts which drag us away from that state. So that is why I have created the 5 prison breaths. Because to address the wandering thoughts, we have to develop the knowing of why they're there. What caused them? Why are we generating these wandering thoughts in our mind? Through the technique, you will be developing stillness. And as you develop and experience the state of stillness and happiness deeper and deeper through each breath, you will encounter the wandering thoughts trying to drag you away. And this is the power of the technique, because through developing stillness, you will become aware of the unstillness from within, helping you to become aware of the cause of that unstillness as you practice the technique more and more. So this is an important technique of developing the knowing of the self and marks the beginning of your journey of addressing your suffering states of the mind so that you can create greater happiness in life, so that you can naturally come to the present moment, naturally every day and every moment. So let us talk a little bit about the things that we may have to be aware of when we meditate. If you're wearing glasses or heavy jewelry, you can take them off because they are necessary. Heavy objects can often distract us because the touch of these objects can make us uncomfortable when we meditate. Always meditate with your eyes closed and breathe through the nose. As your mind becomes clear, then your nose will become unblocked naturally. But if your nose is blocked, then just breathe through the mouth. Don't have your neck too forward or too back because these will cause strain. Just keep it comfortably at a 45 degrees angle. Keep your back straight to remain aware, but in a relaxed manner too. You can push your shoulder back a bit, because if your shoulders are forward, then your head will go forward too, which will cause unnecessary strain. You can sit anywhere you like, on the bed, on a sofa, on a chair, on the floor, as long as it's comfortable for you. You can place your hands in any position, rest them on the legs. You can put them in a mudra position. You can just rest them as long as it's comfortable for you. You can cross your legs, you can do half lotus, full lotus. This is nothing to do with religion or philosophy, because we just need a position that we can remain for a while comfortably, that we can remain alert and aware. So my advice is not to meditate in a position which is like lying on the ground, because then you'll fall asleep. You won't be able to remain aware. So these are some of the things that you may have to be aware of when you meditate. Perhaps one last thing you can be aware of is that when you meditate, remember, this is your time. This is not about anyone else's time. So when you meditate, close yourself away from the thoughts about your jobs, about your responsibilities, about your friends. This is your time to develop the knowing of the self, of yourself, of your mind. Because when you start thinking about other people, it's going to generate more surface thoughts, preventing you from going deep within. This is a guided meditation and will last about 20 minutes. Okay, now keep your breath as natural as possible and breathe through the nose as natural as possible. Throughout the practice, keep your awareness on the physical sensations happening inside the nostrils. For instance, it can be the feeling of the flow of breath coming in and coming out. So always keep your awareness on the physical sensations happening inside the nostrils. Let us do this practice of natural breathing and awareness for the next 2 minutes. Okay, now let us begin the journey towards the present moment. From now on, keep on maintaining awareness of the flow of the breath inside the nostrils. Here's an additional instruction. When you breathe in and breathe out, that is one cycle of a breath. Now, every time we begin a cycle, we will count a number in our minds. For instance, when we begin the first cycle of breath, we will count 1 in our minds. 1. Then when we have reached the next cycle of breath, we will count 2. Then when we have reached the next cycle of breath, we will count 3. And keep counting like this until you have reached 5. After the 5th cycle, begin at 1 again and work your way towards 5. Then begin at 1 again. And keep doing this until further instructions are given. Remember to count the numbers in your mind. Count when the breath is in. at the beginning of each cycle and keep it short. Okay, let us go deeper into the practice. When you were counting the numbers, were you thinking about the next number before you even reached it? For instance, when you were at number 1, were you thinking about number 2 or even number 5 before you even reached it? Simply be in the present moment. Continue to do this until further instructions. Were you able to experience deeper moments of being present? Realize now that there are various degrees of being present. By not expecting the next number, we went deeper into the present moment. Now, let us go even deeper by not expecting the next breath. Just focus on the breath that you're currently on and let the next breath happen naturally. So when you're breathing in, focus on breathing in, not the next breath. Just let it happen naturally. Now we will also stop counting the numbers. Just simply focus on the breath as it happens, and still be aware of the physical sensations happening inside the nostrils. Wandering thoughts will keep coming to pull you away from the present moment. Overcome it by being aware of your breath. Okay, we've come to the end of the practice. Slowly open your eyes. Here an explanation will be given. Through the 5 present breaths, we are becoming more enlightened. Firstly, we are developing experience knowledge that when we stop being aware of our breaths, our mind has wandered, and how easily our mind can wander. Secondly, we are developing experience knowledge, how the level of our happiness can increase with less wandering thoughts, and how it can drop when the mind wanders, when we're not present. Here we learn that if we wish to develop greater happiness in life, we have to be more present and have less wandering thoughts. Thirdly, we're also developing experience knowledge that with determination, we can always be even more present. The 5 present breaths will allow you to develop several faculties of the mind. By trying to be present, you're learning mastery of your consciousness, learning to activate the mental muscles in which you can use to stop the wandering thoughts. These mental faculties will become stronger each time you practice. Thus, the more you practice the 5 present breaths, the deeper you will be in the present moment, the deeper the stillness you will achieve. And this stillness will become an important tool, because through stillness, you will be able to become aware of the subtlest unstillness within. And this will help you to uncover your deepest sufferings. For instance, the more you practice the meditation, the more you will realize the nature of your wandering thoughts. The more you will realize wandering thoughts are created by your attachments. For instance, the things you cannot let go, your negative desires. And also, wandering thoughts are driven by the negative state of mind. For instance, your anger, your impatience, and your fears. So simply speaking, wandering thoughts are created by the things which make you unhappy in life. So by simply observing your wandering thoughts in the present moment and your meditation sessions, you're developing the knowing of your sufferings, of the things which make you unhappy. And as you simply observe them time after time, you will come to realize why they are there. To summarize the practice, you can simply do the 5 present breaths, counting with the numbers in the beginning, then at your own pace, let go of the numbers when you're ready, and then simply focus on the physical sensations of the breath coming in and out. Remember to be as present as possible without expecting the next breath. Try your best to be in the present moment. Do it for about 20 minutes a day, and try to extend it to a longer each day. It's important to apply whatever wisdom you have gained from the meditation sessions into your daily life. So from now on, try your best to become aware of every moment in the same way as you try to in the meditation session. When you experience wandering thoughts, simply pull yourself back to the present breath. Visit the website creationwithincreation.com for more videos on how to transform the self.